Agassi takes centre court. Farewell, Wimbledon. This is the last time we'll see Andre Agassi at Wimbledon. But will this be his final match? Rafael Nadal, the #2 seed. Will he stop him? It's a great match. It's coming up next on Star Sports.
With a professional career spanning 20 years, Andre Agassi is a winner of 60 titles and one of only 5 men to have won all 4 Grand Slam events. But it's getting harder and harder for the 36-year-old American, who's been hampered by chronic back injuries. He's played only 8 matches this year and had to pull out of the Masters Series in Miami.
And I don't know how possible it's going to be for me. You know, it seems pretty, dark at the moment, but I am an optimist at heart, and I will believe in more moments that I can still have out there. I mean, my body's right. There's still a considerable amount left in me. I believe that.
Agassi skipped the entire clay court season to ensure he arrived in London in the best possible shape for Wimbledon, a tournament he's missed for 2 years. And just 2 days before the start of the championships at the All England Club, Agassi finally spoke the words he knew he had to at the place where it had all begun for this extraordinary fellow from Las Vegas.
It's been a long road this year for me, and for a lot of reasons, but it's great to be back here. And this Wimbledon will be my last, and the U.S. Open will be my last tournament.
Andre Agassi has thrilled a generation of tennis fans with his charisma and flamboyance, and will leave a huge legacy when he retires. Can the former Wimbledon champion, who made tennis a cool sport, bow out in style?
Andre Agassi seeded at 25, the 92 champion at Wimbledon against the current French Open champion, the 20-year-old Rafael Nadal from Mallorca, Spain. 16 years between them. Could it be the changing of the guard right here today on the 1st of July? Rafael Nadal, and look at this, Andre Agassi with cap on. It is a blisteringly warm day today. I think that's probably sound judgment from Andre Agassi, who's been there, done that, worn the shirt. Quite remarkably, Rafael Nadal is saying to the journalists and the press here, of which there are thousands, that this grass is his favourite surface. He's actually said it, and he's been quoted today saying this is his favourite surface, which is quite bizarre considering he's just won 2 French Open titles, 05 and 06. He is 60 matches unbeaten on clay. The best ever, going past Guillermo Diaz. Now look at this, top win-loss records in Grand Slam events. Jimmy Connors at the top of the pack, won 233, lost just 49 in Grand Slam events. Ivan Lendl is second. Andre Agassi third, 222 wins on grass and just 51 losses, and the only active player on that list, of course, with the great Sampras, Edberg and McEnroe. That's not a bad little 6-pack, is it?
Not at all. And I tell you, he's just had a remarkable run under Agassi. Interesting, isn't it? The Pete Sampras, Tim Curry, Michael Chang, who all grew up with him, and Todd Martin there we saw earlier in that little piece, all sort of a similar age group.
No one has played more Grand Slam events than Andre Agassi in the Open era. And look at their head-to-head, their only meeting last year in Canada, and Nadal won at 6-3, 4-6, 6-2 on the hard surface. So I suppose you could say that in one column at least there is a little advantage to the young Spaniard. How far can Andre Agassi push his body around the court? He's had injuries all year. He has missed the last 2 Wimbledons with various injuries, but here he is, 36 years of age.
Well, he has been the best player in the world, ranking 95. That was 11 years ago. His now entry rank is 20.
2 minutes.
24 times.
Eight Grand Slam titles.
There he is, Boris Pashansky in round 1, 4 sets. Andreas Sepping, 6-4, 7-6, 6-4 in round 2. There it is, his Grand Slam record, 225 to 51 there. Wimbledon, 46 to 12, and there she is, the lovely Mrs. Agassi. Stephanie Agassi, she likes to be called now, not Steffi Graf. And as Agassi rightly pointed out after Miami, if how many of the titles he wins, it'll always be less than half what his wife has won.
Rafael Nadal, 20 years of age, ATP rankings, race numbers 2, entry 2, and here he is as the number 2 seed.
The 2 wins, of course, the Grand Slams came at the French. Hasn't got past the 4th round
Ladies and gentlemen,
at any other Grand Slam event. Australian was the big one in 05.
please make sure you take all your belongings.
Bogdanovic straight sets in round 1, and then that marvellous 5-set match, coming back from 2 sets to love on centre court against the qualifier. So this, I believe, is the Spanish Armada.
Well, 4 of the 5 Grand Slam champions remaining in the men's draw, Nadal, Agassi, Roddick and Hewitt, are in the bottom half of the draw. Roger Federer is the only Grand Slam champion still alive.
Ladies and
in the
gentlemen,
top
Andre
half of the
Agassi
draw.
won the toss and elected to receive.
But Nadal
Time.
with
Ready for
David
play.
Ferrer will be hoping to join countryman Basco in the round of 16. It's Spain against the United States. It is the, you might say, the glorious past against the swashbuckling youth.
Which is the way Agassi came here earlier on, didn't he?
Yes, it is.
When he won Wimbledon in 92, it was a completely different looking Agassi. His record at Grand Slams, 28-7, win-loss, Wimbledon 5-2. In the centre court, basking in the glorious sunshine here that has come upon London at the Wimbledon time. And you can see the baseline already chewed up with the net. Tee box of the net looking quite green. Well, this man, I'm sure the odds-on favourite in this match is Nadal, but I was talking to John Lloyd and Peter Fleming, John Fitzgerald, a bunch of age group guys, all felt that Nadal probably had a chance to win.
Centre court on Star Sports, Rafael Nadal, the number 2 seed at Wimbledon, the current French Open champion. He is 20 years of age. Runs out onto the turf, and Andre Agassi, the 36-year-old from Las Vegas, United States, 1992 champion, already there, wearing a cap on this extremely hot day.
First set, Rafael Nadal to serve. Ready? Play.
Rally. These players coming out showing no signs of nerves.
Love 15.
And Agassi is finding the line very quickly. That's what he likes to do. Take that second serve early and go for the line. So you've got Nadal on the run in the opening shot.
.30-15. Let for service.
Ball
40-15.
Agassi with the error. Absolutely packed centre court here on the 1st of July, first weekend of the championships.
A little bit of a miss-hit there from Agassi, but Rafael Nadal is first on the board. But the first point was won by R Agassi. A little bit of testing, I would have thought, Vijay, in these early exchanges. Each player getting a feel of the surface, and the ball would fly a little bit quicker, wouldn't it, on a day like this?
It would, certainly would, just to go through the air a bit quicker because of the heat. And maybe the court playing marginally faster perhaps, but won't make too much of a difference for both the players. It's a question of how long the rallies are
Agassi to
in the case of Agassi. Love one, first set. He knows exactly what he needs to do. The question is the execution.
15 love.
And if he can execute just like that, all will be well for this man. Checking the sun.
30 love.
This time to be able to move the ball across around just a fraction to give him a good crack at the serve.
Vijay, that last serve was measured at 122 miles an hour. One better, 123.
40 love. Game Agassi.
Well done. Marvelous. What a way to open up his service game with 2 aces. Fabulous game for
One game all, first set.
One game all, first set. Traditionally, this weekend would have been the 4th of July weekend, wouldn't it, in America? Except the 4th of July falls on a Tuesday. Of course, America is closed now for the weekend, the long weekend, which leans into Wednesday morning, doesn't it?
$15 love.
He's built like a light heavyweight boxer, isn't he, Nadal? Incredible muscle definition, strong in the bicep.
30 love.
First ace for the Spaniard. Well, I hope the chair umpire has got plenty of sun cream on. He's going to get he's certainly going to get a belting from the sun sitting there all day.
The very experienced Jerry Armstrong. Good chair.
You saw the shadow of the aeroplane flying out one of the big jets on its way to Heathrow.
Game, Nadal.
Return of serve long from R Agassi. So Nadal holding his second service game to love.
Nadal
2-1
leads
on serve.
2-1 first set.
On the stand alongside Margaret Smith Court, I think that might have been. How about two left-handers in the mixed doubles in the future? Navratilova and Nadal.
There might be a little age gap there.
Experience and youth on one side of the net.
$15 love.
Fault.
$15 all.
Good serving.
30-15.
Four years ago, Nadal came to Wimbledon as a junior. Full good serve. That's ace number 3 from Agassi. Missed it. Good reels there from the older man.
40-15.
$40-50.
$40-30. Deuce.
All of a sudden, it deals on the Agassi serve. 1-2 first set.
Good serve from Agassi.
Advantage, Agassi.
Started off with a wonderful service game, his opening service game with 2 aces, and now that first serve percentage goes down to 54%. 2 aces he served in the match so far. Many he seemed to get into an awkward position. You see there, kind of scooped it and was way out of court. So second deuce in this fourth game of the opening set. He was always in control of that rally, and then Nadal, well, something special comes from this racket in every match.
Advantage, Nadal.
There it is, he's at full stretch here, and that uses the right wrist more here to flick that backhand cross court. Very flat, I must add. That pass gives the Spaniard the break point.
There's a little gesture there to Agassi from Nadal, almost like an apology from him. It surely wasn't a mismatch, was it?
No, he put up his hand because he wanted Agassi to stop. Interesting. Almost meant it like a lucky shot. Ooh, just long.
That's why he scores big, even against Federer on clay. Rafael Nadal has been able to hook that forehand.
Advantage, Nadal.
And either the angle or the height, giving a very weak response. I'll take Nadal. I'll take Nadal on your bet. Well done.
Bit of a bother there. Agassi coming up with another good service ace. His third ace.
Advantage, Agassi.
Advantage, Agassi. Stacks the winner there up the line. Knows the exact feeling her husband is going through.
2 games all, first set.
On the center court, look how beautifully he gets around. The shoulders are turned, hip rotation is perfect, and strikes the winner. 2 games all, first set.
So Nadal, who comes from Mallorca, the same place that another great Spanish tennis player hails from, Carlos Moya. Missed it in Agassi. He's annoyed with himself for that. It's too long.
30 love.
30 love. There's a great sporting family that Nadal hails from. His uncle, Miguel Angel Nadal, was a member of the Spanish national football team, played for Barcelona, Real Mallorca.
Love.
Agassi's missing here, missing a lot of ground strokes early on, and he's looking a little frustrated. 40 love. Nadal, 2-all opening set. Oh, just a little soft touch down the line. Not even contested by Agassi. So 3-2, Nadal.
Nadal leads 3 games to 2, first set.
Agassi serving here, and another ace. 15-all in this 6th game of the opening set. Agassi now with 4 aces, Nadal with just 1 in the aces column. 15-all.
One good thing about the Agassi serve is it moves around pretty good. After the bounce, he's got some good action on it. It's not just a straight hard serve. There's all shanks there from the Spaniard. Just a little long from Agassi.
30 all.
Two-hander. Once again, it's 30 all in the Agassi serve.
Catching the net, Agassi, and that gives a break point to
40.
Nadal.
Break point, second serve. Backhand from Agassi. Great thing about Agassi's tennis, look how early he catches this.
Deuce.
To be able to get the angle. Even Nadal with that vicious forehand couldn't clear the net. So, deuce. A lot of running at the baseline now, Nadal. Agassi directing the ball beautifully.
Advantage, Agassi.
But Agassi's first serve percentage down at 48%. He needs to get that up. Nadal's is 77.
For Andre Agassi. It was a big game to hold. 23 minutes into this first set. Having been down the break point on the clear blue skies, it's 3-all in the first set.
But that serve has been tested, isn't it? The Agassi serve has been tested.
Times.
Yep.
He's had the 4 aces though to Nadal's 1.
Agassi's 60th Grand Slam appearance. And that is the record for any player in the Open era. No one's played more Grand Slam events. Hasn't played at Wimbledon the last 2 years.
15 love.
He's admonishing himself regularly, isn't he, for clattering the net on the return of serve. 15 love, 3-all, opening set.
That's the one. If you back up on it, then you're in real trouble.
30 love.
It's a very heavy ball from Nadal. Serve at 129, which is really considerable speed. Don't give him enough credit for his service, the Spaniard. Very athletic man. Just missed it.
40 love.
You know, Agassi's preparation for Wimbledon, you can't say it was the best. He played only his 8th match before coming to Wimbledon. Ongoing back problems for the American. This is his first Grand Slam of the year. He missed the entire clay court season and then went to Queens, where he lost in the first round to Tim Henman. That's a miss hit from Nadal.
40-15.
Gives Agassi a point, but it's another game point for the Spaniard.
Baseline rallies at their best, struck with pace.
Ball change, please.
Accuracy.
New balls.
It's on serve.
Nadal leads 4 games to 3, first set.
Ernie Els, the Big Easy. What a day for him to visit Wimbledon.
I'll tell you what, it's not too far before we have the Open Championship being played at Royal Liverpool, Hoylake. You can watch that on Star Sports, live and exclusive. You are watching Star Sports. We're live and exclusive at Centre Court, Wimbledon, day 6.
Love 15. all.
15 all.
Let for service.
Agassi is serving
30-15.
the best he has done all week, no question about it. Percentages might be a bit low, but he's getting a lot of free points on it. He's going for a lot more because he realizes he needs to have that little bit of an edge to go after it a bit more with pace and accuracy. stayed with the Nadal forehand the whole way.
30 all.
See the reaction there from Agassi. Doesn't like to lose the baseline rallies.
No, he doesn't. I've never seen him so animated. Agassi, this match means so much to him.
Once again, 30 all, serving with new balls, of course. Oh yes, he got away with it. Came in on a near winner there, Andre Agassi.
40-30.
Forced the error.
But how fast is Nadal here, Vijay?
But look at that, Alan. Even though with a bad bounce, the ball got away from him. And he still squeezed out a good approach. So a marvellous effort there. So it's 40-30. Well, Agassi said it earlier on that the one thing he has to worry about is the pace of Nadal. How quick he is.
Can you come back? Thanks.
Ball boy to get back to position. Yes, well done. Agassi is finding the X's well here, meaning the cross courts between the baseline and the service line to pull his opponent way past the alley on both sides. It makes a big difference to creating an opening on the court. Oh, there she is. Absolutely lovely. Steffi Graf.
Wasn't she beautiful to watch?
Magnificent. The Golden Girl, Golden Slam she won, along with the Olympics in 1988.
Late first service.
Not able to win that first point here, except for the first game of the match. Agassi is just trying to get his nose in front. Yeah, a lot of cold water.
Well,
isn't he? Second ace, but he's been serving up there in the 120s regularly.
Yeah, Nadal with the top serve speed of 129. That was 123. Agassi's best 123. 30 love.
$30-15.
Oh, he got away with it, Agassi. I was wondering whether he had come up the wrong side. This one here.
30 all.
Nadal had a good look at this, but didn't quite time the log well enough. So I think for the first time here in this set, Agassi at 30 all on the Nadal serve. what a time to serve that ace. His third ace.
40-30. Game Nadal.
So Nadal holds on to his serve, and it's still on serve in his opening set. Nadal 5-4.
Nadal leads 5 games to 4 first set.
Moments of the Day is presented to you by Aviva.
Agassi serving 4-5, first set. Extra there on that forehand down the line.
Love 15.
Margaret Smith Court on the right.
Larry Bono on the left.
And Steffi Graf just behind.
Just behind. All the champions are out in full force today.
$15 all. $30-15.
To do a lot more. And Nadal just gets to the
30
ball.
all.
Seemingly quicker than anyone else. It is extremely warm today. Not sure what that on-court temperature must be, but it must be a lot hotter in that cauldron. 30 all, 4-5. Well, that's the first double fault of the match.
What a time to serve the double. So after 41 minutes, Nadal has a set point. He missed it.
Well, he got away with it there, Andre.
He had a good shot at that forehand.